What is going on, everybody? It's Mark here with another video, and today we are going back to school. Not really. I'm gonna fill some of the voids that you guys had after my last iPad Pro video. There have been so many comments and so many questions asked, and a lot of them were very similar in subject, so I figured I would bang out a few of them, and hopefully this helps you guys out. If you guys haven't seen the previous iPad Pro video, there's gonna be a link floating on somewhere on the screen. Feel free to check that out. I'm sure that's gonna answer a bunch more of your questions. So let's get into it. Mark, how do you import your textbooks or PDFs onto your iPad? That's very simple. There's a few ways that you can do this. If it's a textbook and a little bit of bigger file, I like to email it to myself. So let's log in, and I came prepared today. We're gonna go to my Gmail, and I'm gonna show you exactly how I do it. And I'm gonna use Notability today. That is my note-taking app of choice. So this is a calculus textbook that I was able to get on PDF. So what you do is you tap the screen, you go to the share arrow, and then you can find Notability. Once Notability says sent to Notability, you hit OK. You go over to Notability, and there you go. Now you can import this into whatever file or whatever note you would like. So let's go create new note. And in the bottom right hand corner, there is the subject. So I have mine broken down into a few categories, but let's say I want to put this in a category called unfiled notes. Then you notice that it changes the destination, hit import. So if we go to unfiled notes, we'll go to calculus. There is the textbook. There we go, there are the pages. They're great examples. And what's a great thing about Notability, again, is even on textbooks or PDFs, you can draw. You can draw great, you can highlight, you can erase, and you can also record voice. Hello, 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 hello. There you go. Now let's play that back. Record voice. Hello, 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 hello. Boom, there you go. Let's say you're taking regular handwritten notes, but your professor is calling in a table from one of your textbooks, but you don't feel like taking the notes 100% on the textbook, you just want the chart. What I recommend there is, similarly to importing into Notability, copy to iBook. This is basically just a library that you'll have of all your books. You can't write on it, it's simply the book. And say you were interested in importing, let's say, the law of cosine into one of your notes. What I do, and what I find very efficient, is what I'll do is I'll screenshot it. Let's say I'm writing a note here, and you want to import the note. What you do is you'll hit this plus symbol, photo, add photo, then it goes to all of your photos. What you'll do then, select the photo. Okay, well you don't want all of that now, do you? So you'll go to edit, crop, you'll crop it to the size that you would like, hit done, and there it is. It's movable. So that was very quickly how I get around using textbooks, notes, images that I want to use in my note. A lot of you guys are also asking, what about the professor's notes that are uploaded online? You go to the school's website, you find the notes that you want to import, you hit the share button, and you send to Notability, iBook, whichever application you would like to use, and poof, voila, there it is. Another question that I get very frequently is, how do I export these files? So in Notability, it is super simple. You go to your note, whichever note you want to export. Let's say I want to export my assignment 1 from class 3050. You hit the share button, which is the same icon you use to import, and there are your options to export. What I personally like to do is I like to export it to Google Drive, and then as simple as hitting export to Google Drive, and I now have access to that note wherever I go and wherever I have connection to the internet. Another question I get is, how small can I write using the Apple Pencil and iPad Pro? I don't know. Let's put that to the test right now. What I'm gonna do is do circles as small as I can, and we'll zoom in and see how small they actually get. On your marks, it's not a race. Big circle thing, smaller, 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 smaller. So right there, without zooming in, I'm writing incredibly small. But if you zoom in, Like that is minuscule. And if you even want to get even smaller, simply zoom in and go nuts. However, the thing that I love about this 12.9 inch is the fact that you don't have to zoom in. With the 9.7, you can do all of this. The pen acts the same, the pen reacts the same. Backing up, importing, all of that stuff is identical to the iPad Pro, the larger one. You have to sometimes zoom in. What I like about this is that it's literally a piece of paper. Another question I get is how well do I write? I don't know. The question is how well can you write? Because how the text turns out on this is pretty much identical how it would on a piece of paper. For example, I'm gonna put a test on how nice I can write. Okay, what should I say? Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. ... Now, you might say, Mark, you are writing very slowly. Okay, let's pick up the pace and see if I can replicate this. Hello and welcome to my YouTube. Ooh, I spelled YouTube wrong. YouTube channel. In some cases, honestly, the quicker they go, the better it looks. I mean, my hello got a little wonky. Let me check if I covered everything. Importing, exporting, quality of writing, how small or big, PDF, comparison with the 9.7. Okay, so the comparison between this larger model and the 9.7 honestly is strictly the size. The 9.7 does have less RAM, but there's also less pixels to feed. The only reason I believe this larger model has the RAM is strictly the pixels. To me, the only thing that really matters. The 9.7 is the exact same thing, just a little bit smaller. All right, guys, I hope that helped you guys understand a little bit more about the process that I do with the iPad Pro, being a student and importing, exporting, and all that fun little technical stuff. And if you guys want to be super awesome, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button down below. And as always, for additional brownie points, please follow me on all of my social media. Links, of course, down in the description. Thank you again, and I'll see you on the next one. So simply, what I understand is that this goes into the charging port. That's pretty slim. Wow. You put it against your phone, put your case on it, and let's see if that works. All you do, open it in, slap it on to your vent, and that is good enough to start charging your phone.